All right, welcome back. Eric Arnold here in Sports Barn. Monday evening, Monday night, the 10th of October. I guess what, it's 20-10 Raiders at halftime. They'll blow that. They're the Raiders. So we're going to shoot a fast sports video here, just a quick spin around the NFL and Major League Baseball, just to kind of give you what I think and alert you that there is going to be a new Politics Barn video up on Rumble. Politics Barn, that's the handle. You look for it, Rumble. Rumble.com. I'm unsatisfied with Rumble. Technically, the thing sucks. However, they do have the advantage of letting us speak like adults and not censoring us like children, which is what big tech does, because big tech are, communist assholes. But at any rate, so there will be a video up there. Go there and check that out. I'm going to put, in fact, I think I'll probably put right here, I'll probably put the freaking URL. I'll put it in the comments. You got to click on it. That's pretty much the only way to get there, as far as I can tell with Rumble. That Rumble doesn't make it easy to find for literally days after you post it. So that's a pain in the ass. So I don't understand that at all. But we'll put the URL in the description of this video. You got to click on it. So do that, because it annoys me when I look at a video and it has no views for like 3 days. That annoys me. But all right, sports. Let's talk NFL. Let's spin around the league here with the NFL. I'm going by right off the top of my head. What is there? 32 NFL teams. Let's just go down the list here. AFC East. Bills look like they're probably about the best team in that conference. That they impress me. I think you could safely play them as favorites, even though the numbers are huge. And, not be too, you don't want to get in one of those sandwich spots or a look-ahead spot, but, look how easily they destroyed the Steelers this weekend. Jets and Dolphins, I lumped them together. I think they're getting lucky, these teams. The Dolphins now don't have a quarterback, so that's a bad team. The Jets are just a bad team. Oh, I know, they're above 500. Who have they beaten? They've gotten lucky a couple times. They played the Dolphins without a starting quarterback. The Browns just handed them a game, handed it to them. So I don't buy the Jets. The Patriots, I think there's still value there. I mean, I'm not sure they're as bad as they were when they lost. Who did they lose to? They got destroyed by somebody, but now they just destroyed the Lions, and they're okay. They're okay. Who knows? What's the guy's name? Zappi? Vladimir Zappi? I can't think of what the kid's first name is. But is he the next coming of Tom Brady? Maybe. Maybe the Mac Jones era is now over. Mac Jones, we hardly knew ye. So let's see what else. AFC Central is just a bad division. I mean, the Browns are terrible. It's a team with talent. It's a team that keeps games close, and then they find a way to lose. The Browns do Brown things, and that's the NFL. You can identify losing franchises, and they just find ways to beat themselves. So the Browns, losing franchise. The Bengals, not their year. The Ravens will probably win that division at 9-8. And the Steelers appear to be just terrible. Apparently, Kenny Pickett, I still thought he was the best quarterback they had on the roster. If they continue to start him, I still would hold out hope. I'm not ready to throw the Steelers over yet. Not ready to declare them a lost cause yet. Let's see what else we got. AFC South. Ugh, there's a dreck. Jacksonville. I was unimpressed with Jacksonville when the Eagles played them. I saw a whole Jacksonville game, and they beat themselves. Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback. You paid a fortune for him, Jacksonville, and the guy's really not very good. So that's a problem. That's going to limit that franchise forever as long as he's the starter. It will. No, these guys don't get better. That's the thing, especially if they're a high-round draft pick. These guys come in thinking they're the shit, and then they just don't, it doesn't click for them. They're not out there busting their ass, watching film, trying to get better. That's that guy on the bench trying to take Lawrence's job. He's the one doing that. So, Jacksonville unimpressive. Houston is a team I think you could look at to make some plays with. I could see that team surprising some people. I still kind of think the Colts are, there's a run in that team somewhere. I don't know. Tennessee's just so. And then out west, it's Kansas City and nobody. Raiders stink. Despite the fact they're up 20-10. The Raiders are going to Raider. They'll lose that game tonight. How you watch. They'll lose that game. They'll find a way. The Chargers, same deal. I mean, they're basically Raiders South. Same type of team. And then Denver, no, it's not clicking there for me in Denver. So I don't think Kansas City has a lot of competition to win that division. Sure looks like it's going to be Buffalo and Kansas City again. That looks like it's going to be those teams in the AFC Championship game. We'll save the best for last. We'll save the NFC East for last. We'll start in the West. NFC West, best team by far out there, San Francisco. They got lucky. Trey Lance out for the year. He was not as good a quarterback as Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo is the superior quarterback for political reasons. And you people go, I hate politics. It's all politics. Why were they starting Trey Lance over Jimmy Garoppolo? Politics. They'd spent a fortune on this guy as far as draft capital goes. They had to play that hand out. They couldn't cut bait. They had to play that hand out. They would have just lost too much. There are people in the room in that San Francisco organization that still say, I think Lance is going to be the man. I think Lance has got so much more ability, so much more upside. Now, they're wrong, but if you just throw out Lance after whatever, a year, those people will probably either quit, that's a new political term for you people, or they'll just walk altogether and quit. And now you got a bunch of turnover in your organization, and that's no good. So for political reasons, you're letting these people, to keep them happy, play this out just in case they're right. Now they're not. Lance can't play. And luckily for the 49ers, they don't have to find out. He got hurt. Now they got Garoppolo, and they're going to win the West going away, probably. Let's see, what else? NFC North, are the Vikings better than the Packers? I would say no, but the record right now says yes. I don't know. I saw the Vikings play the Eagles, and the Eagles just pulled the jersey over those guys' head and pummeled them. So, I don't know. I kind of think once Rodgers has some time to work with his newer players, they're going to get better. I think the Packers are going to be better in December than they are now. So I wouldn't throw over the Packers. I wouldn't jump off their bandwagon yet. I think they're still going to win that division. Bears and Lions, Bears, Lions, and Tigers. Oh my. Is that how that goes? I forget. But they're just dreck. So it's basically between the Vikings and the Packers, and I still would say the Packers are the better team there. In the South, well, I guess is anyone going to give the Buccaneers a push or challenge them? How good are the Buccaneers? It's hard to tell. I mean, they lost to the Packers, who then turned around and lost to the Giants. So what are we doing there? They got boat raced by the Chiefs. How good are the Buccaneers? Maybe that team's just old. They're still easily the best team in the NFC South, though. I mean, Matt Rule got fired. I still think Matt Rule is a great coach. Now, even if you're a great coach, when you got Baker Mayfield can't play quarterback. It's not a good quarterback. So what do? I mean, the guy just hasn't been able to get his hands on a decent quarterback. Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker, come on. Oy. Oy. And now firing Rule in mid-season, I think that Panther team could be looking at 15 losses. You know, this is a team that could just completely go up the track at this point. Usually firing an NFL coach mid-season is a stupid and desperate move that leads to lots of losses. So that's something to look for. A team I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, I think is now playable in the New Orleans Saints. With Winston on the bench, as long as he's on the bench, that's a play. That team you can play. Another team I think you can play are the Falcons. They are getting so many points. I think that Mariota is a credible enough quarterback that he gives you a chance to cover. Not win, but we don't want to win. We just want to cover. And then last but not least, the NFC East. I told you the Eagles were going to be in the Super Bowl. And who's the last team undefeated in the league? That's right, the Philadelphia Eagles. I guess we now got, Larry Zonka and Mercury Morris following us around. Don't those 72 Dolphin guys, follow those teams, the last undefeated around, waiting to drink champagne when they finally lose? Well, unfortunately, I think that could happen this Sunday because the Eagles played the Dallas Cowboys. And even though that game's in Philadelphia, this one doesn't feel good to me. I'm not ready to say the Cowboys are going to win, but wow, 4.5 points that line is. I don't think the Cowboys are that much worse than the Eagles. I think this is a pretty even match at the moment. You're catching a little value there at 4.5. The problem is Cooper Rush is actually a pretty good backup. So I don't think the Cowboys have much missed a step with him out of there, and their defense is just lights out. Just a really good defense the Cowboys have. So I would say in the NFC, you're looking at the Eagles, the 49ers, and then maybe probably at that same level, I'm still going to throw the Buccaneers in there because of my fear of Tom Brady, rational or otherwise. And then maybe a cut below there are the Packers and the Cowboys. I think the best teams right now, your best team's probably Buffalo. But then you fill in a whole bunch of NFC teams. I think Kansas City's a pretty good step below Buffalo at this moment. I didn't mention the Giants, did I? They're 4-1? What? I don't know. 8 wins? No, 9 wins. Let's give them 9 wins. But that team is just not a 12-win team. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the Giants yet. Just not buying them yet. And then the Redskins. Commanders. Well, that's just another bad team with a bad quarterback and pretty much a bad coach. So, no hope there for those guys. So that's your NFL. Who knows how it'll play out, but that's my thoughts on that right now. Now let's talk baseball. Now, what about the Philadelphia Phillies? Somehow they're in it. Holy cow. So let's put up the odds here of the divisional series. Now, the numbers we've got here, just to kind of clue you in here, plus minus, that's the current odds at Bookmaker. That's an offshore book, accessible to all. You don't have to be in the state of Bookmaker to make your bets. It's a offshore book accessible to everyone. The number thereafter is the wins each team had throughout the year to try to give you an idea of the power or the power ranking of these teams. And then the number at the far edge there, that's the percent of winning, stripping out the VIG from the odds number. How'd you get that? With an online calculator. How else? So, yeah. All right, well, I mean, value-wise here, I think you got to be looking at the underdogs. Certainly the Guardians-Yankees. That is a 50-50 series. The Guardians actually won more games after the All-Star break than the Yankees did. The Guardians have better pitching than the Yankees. The Yankees, of course, have that formidable lineup. But if the good, you've heard good pitching shuts down good hitting, and if that's true, well, the Guardians are going to win, and win at a pretty healthy number, plus 173. And, remember, this is a new setup we have this year. This weirdo deal where you got to buy, and this ain't football. In football, you want to buy because you can get people healthy. Football's such a more physical game than baseball. Baseball's a game of rhythm. Come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues. Right. So you want to definitely be in a rhythm. And these teams are coming out of here now in a rhythm. All the underdogs got rhythm. And those other teams haven't played a game in anger in at least a week. So I'm thinking at least in game one, these underdogs could have a good chance. I like the Guardians to win that series. Otherwise, I'm not sure I'd play money on the others. The Mariners, I think that you could be looking there. The Phillies, I'm too close to that one. For the Phillies to win that series, Bryce Harper's got to start swinging the bat. Schwarber has to start swinging the bat. If they don't do that, and they're very likely not going to, well, then it's over. They don't have a chance. Now, the only series I think I'd look at the favorite is the Dodgers series. I looked up Dave Roberts' record. He wins series. I mean, this guy just usually doesn't get knocked out early. I mean, it's happened. But normally he is able to steer his team deeper into the playoffs. And I think he's handled the Padres pretty easily this year. And I'm kind of thinking that he's going to do it again. That's an awful stiff price you're paying there at minus 232. But, believe it or not, I think he probably has about a 3 out of 4 chance of winning this one. That would put you up at minus 300. So there's probably some value there on the Dodgers. I'm not sold on the Padres. I know they beat the great Mets. Beat them pretty easily, when you think about it. And if Musgrove is that unhittable when he goes out there again, he pitched last night? He's probably only going to get one start, though. They're running these series pretty tight. There's no off days. So Musgrove's probably only good for one start. That means the Padres are probably going to have to start Blake Snell twice. He stinks. I'm not seeing it. But at any rate, that's kind of where we're feeling that. If I had to pick, it'll be Braves, Dodgers, Guardians, and Astros. We'll pick one upset, and then we'll reassess. How's that sound? All right, that's all we got for you. Hey, let's go click the link there that takes you to the political video so we can get that. What we're going to try to do with these political videos is we're coming into the home stretch here in October, into the midterms. I think we're going to try to post one damn near every day, and we're going to make them short because subscriber X he didn't go. He's a Democrat. He didn't watch them anyway. So I don't know why we're listening to him. But he is 1/3 of our audience. So we kind of have to, take his opinion seriously, since he does, somewhat metaphorically pay the bills. Good. Thanks. Hey, hit the like button. We'll talk again. Eric Arnold signing off.